Hi, everyone. I'm Deacon Anthony, CEO, and here with Father Steve Rapposelli. Hi, Father Steve. How are you?
Good to be here. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, thank you.
Good.
So here's what we're doing. We wanted to get together just to kind of give an overview of Easter. You know, we came through Lent, um, Palm Sunday, the Triduum, Easter. We're still in the Easter season, but what we really want to do is just come together to talk about some of the things that went well, some of the things that we did, some of the things that we're thinking about as we move forward. So it's kind of a way for us to give everyone, our parishioners, a great review of this particular season.
Yeah.
So, Father, as we think about the season, I mean, we know that Lent gives us that opportunity to empty ourselves. We can fill ourselves with our Lord, with the Spirit, okay, as we come into the Easter season. What are your thoughts as we come through the season, Father? What struck you as some of the things that you think that are worth talking about today?
Sure. I thought we had a good springboard into the Easter season with the Triduum and the Easter Sunday too, and really even Palm Sunday too. That we had just good participation. People coming out for those. Just set it as a retreat. Try to frame it that way. I would like to do some more things next year, opportunities. Hopefully we're not doing streaming because that's our only option, more participation, but to stream and participate so that things are going on during those off hours when we're not celebrating a major liturgy, but we're doing something to prepare and to feed ourselves, feed on God. I was also start with Holy Thursday. I thought it was a good, sets the tone, and that it was just a beautiful night. It's a beautiful feast in terms of the Eucharist, the priesthood. Watching the priests make their promises again, in front of all the people, and also that. Hopefully next year we'll be able to have a repository too. We weren't able to do that this year because we really didn't have a place to go to have a repository to maintain, social distancing. But Good Friday, very very beautiful homily from Father Tommy, and specifically I thought the part where he mentioned about that, and I don't remember the Greek word, but the Greek word that Jesus says from the cross, saying that it is finished, that it's a Greek word that also means paid in full too. And they had found the first century, or around Jesus' time, the merchant or the tax collector, those two piles intact of parchment that were invoices, and one of them was on the top. It had a little piece of paper that said paid in full. Okay, and that we should be thankful for that every day. Jesus, it's paid in full. Okay, and when we lose track of that, we get off track too. So it's that whole thing about being paid in full. It's paid in full. And then Holy Saturday, I thought that Deacon Frank had a good homily. Again, I thought the music was very good. I thought the singing was good. And I thought that was beautiful looking out there and you see all those lights. When we had all the candles lit at the beginning of the Easter Vigil. I know if you were streaming you wouldn't be able to see it, but it just was beautiful. All of these candles that were lit. Just really that we're all called to be that light too.
Something felt very, very special about it this year. It might be because last year we weren't able to celebrate in that same way, and the attendance, obviously because of COVID, has been so sparse. There was something special about looking out into the church, seeing so many people returning, and seeing those points of light throughout the church. It felt good. It felt as though, okay, we're starting to come out of this. Things are starting to get better. That was a really good feeling, at least for me personally, to see that.
I felt that too. I definitely we are transitioning into something better, and this is a sign of it, kind of thing. And I felt on Easter Sunday, just a joy. Okay, seeing, so even we had the overflow, and some people, had to use the overflow, but that was a good thing too. In the parish center, being streamed and all of that, and I was sitting with them and doing all the standing and sitting, and saying the responses, and it was a beautiful day, in terms of a resurrection day.
You mentioned a moment ago, obviously those folks who were at home really weren't able to see all those points of light in the church, all those candles lit. And, even though we're in a situation where we're at only a certain small percentage that we're allowed to have capacity in the church, I think the parish has done a lot of good work in trying to make sure that we're still bringing Mass to those who can't get to church. We're continuing to see significant viewership on the live stream. Yeah, do we wish that everyone could be in the church? Absolutely. Can we not wait for the time that everyone is back in church? Absolutely. But the numbers are pretty significant in terms of how many people we were able to get. I'll share some statistics, Father, with you and with our parishioners. On Easter, for the 4 Masses, the Easter Vigil and the Easter Sunday Mass, we had 1,700 people approximately who were viewing via live stream, as well as those who attended here in church. And the numbers were up from where they have been. So that, I think, is it's a great testament to the fact that we're trying very, very hard, even though it's digital, we're trying very hard to bring the spirit of the Mass, our Lord, and the spirit of our community to those who just aren't quite ready to make it back yet.
And it's a testament to the good news too.
Yes.
This is and amidst all the bad news that flies around us, this is the good news. Jesus is the same today, yesterday, and forever.
We're still in the Easter season, so obviously we still have this great time of rejoicing and this great time for us to be able to continue to strengthen our faith and be close to the Lord, as we always do. But we're still in this Easter season, and our job isn't done. We know that because we're in the process of trying to plan what we continue to do over the coming days, weeks, and months. What do we provide in terms of spiritual content? We did a survey just recently. So for those of you who are getting our email weekly, twice weekly, we try to provide good information, what's happening in the parish, and we're also trying to provide good spiritual content. And we did a survey, and we had great response to the survey, but here's what really struck me, Father. One of the questions was about the spiritual content in the emails. The questions were, I like the spiritual content, give me more. 44% of those respondents, and we had a lot of respondents, 44% said, give me more spiritual content in the emails. So we're working on that. We're going to work on trying to come up with what we can continue to do better. That for, I take that as kind of a mandate, You're doing good, but you need to do better. So we'll do better in terms of spiritual content on our weekly emails. So I think that's one of the things we're looking forward towards as we go forward. And some of the things that we did during the season, the homilies and the benedictions on Thursday evening after the Blessed Sacrament's repose, we'll obviously be looking at continuing those. And Father and I were just talking about that. How do we continue that starting in May? We've got some ideas on that.
And I have a 2-part one. It's Mary, the woman at the foot of the cross. 2, it's audio. So it would be about the length of a CD, but 2 of those. So when we get done, maybe even before we get done, Book of Revelation, we'll want to do that. So easy to Zoom, it would have to be Zoom because of the copyrights, but just something else is close on the horizon with that.
I think that we, just like every other parish, we've been challenged during this difficult time. We've been challenged to figure out how do we continue to feed our parishioners spiritually. How do we continue to stay close to them? And I think we've done some good things. And I know that we need to do more, and we'll continue to do more. But I think as we look at the Lenten period, and as we look at the Palm Sunday, the Triduum, and the Easter celebrations, I think we've worked hard to really try to bring the best that we possibly could during this difficult time.
I do think so too. I know I felt it on Easter Monday. I felt like I hit a wall.
But you know what? It's a lot of hard work. It's nonstop, isn't it?
And it wasn't, I know it was not just me. It was, our staff. It was, so many people trying to make it all happen. And it was very beautiful.
We're blessed to have a great team here.
Yeah. And the good work was done, and the fruits were good. So we thank you for your support and all the good work that you do, praying for us, participating, streaming, and just living your vocation and staying close to Jesus, and being the light you're called to be. That's what we're called to do here. And you go to places that we do not go to. So hopefully we're strengthening you to go, and make a difference in your part of the world.